Hi, my name is Jessica. There is a silent, hidden war that's going on behind the scenes. It's narcissism and gang stalking. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about what's happening. I'm going to talk about the public and why so many people are clueless, including the targets. Why certain people are targeted. How did it start? I made a list and I'm peeking at it, as you can probably tell. Who's involved and what should we do about it? So what exactly is happening? So certain people are targeted, not only in the United States, but from my research, it's happening all around the world. People are being bullied, targeted individuals are being repetitively harassed to the point where they destroy their own lives because they think what is happening is something within their mind. It's mind games so that people think that they're going crazy, or they self-medicate, so they drink, they do drugs, they don't know how to deal with what's happening to them, or they lose their jobs, their finances are ruined, their relationships are ruined, family bonds are ruined. So it's basically your name is put on a list and there's a group of people that get together, and these people are lost souls. They're fallen souls that have been taken over by evil, energetic forces. And when we talk about this, it's like, what? It sounds crazy. It's been happening in my life for so long that I did not see it. I could not even fathom what is really happening. I questioned my own reality for a very long time. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to question your own sanity. They want to basically destroy you. They want to take your soul. They want you to eliminate yourself off of the earth. They'll try and do it in subtle ways, by sabotaging or hurting you. But the ultimate goal is your elimination from this reality, from this physical 3D dense reality. So this silent war that's going on in the background is very clueless to most of the population. Some of the public is involved. Law enforcement is definitely involved. There's other 3-letter organizations that are most likely involved. Government, I don't really know the full extent. I know for a fact that law enforcement is involved. Why is the public clueless? Well, a lot of this is spiritual. When we're born into families, we're conditioned, we're programmed, and that's the whole thing behind this game, is to control the population, the masses, to control the narrative for life here on Earth. If you try to talk to your friends or family about what's happening, they just think you're nuts. Like, how could your phone constantly get hacked? How could your computer constantly get hacked, and all your passwords, your emails? Why would somebody do this to you? Why would someone break into your house and steal something very small and minute and leave your valuables? Why would someone follow you around in a store? It sounds nutso. It does. It's a joke. But it's all about fear, control, power, and elimination. That's the whole goal. So in my story, which I will get to at another video, in the beginning, I questioned myself. I questioned my sanity. Friends, my family did not believe me. I've always been a very forthcoming, honest person, a very loving, kind person. So now in my life, why would I just start making up bullshit like this? But people don't believe it. The public, they're blind because most of the public is programmed. And it's time for the human race to wake up to who we truly are. But this is basically a fight between good and evil, love and hate. It's all behind the scenes and it's hidden. Why are certain people targeted? So certain people that carry a authenticity, a kindness, very empathetic people, if you're genuine, if you carry this light and truth about you, if you are having this really divine connection with source energy, God, you're targeted. You're hated by these narcissistic people. But we need to remember that narcissism is living in a certain vibrational frequency. Everything in this universe has levels of vibration. So there's low levels, and as we raise our consciousness awareness, as we tune closer into our own divine being that we are, and have that connection with source energy, God, that's how we raise our vibrational frequency. We keep moving up. And it's the same thing when the physical body dies. When your body dies, your spirit is eternal. It goes to another vibrational frequency. And when people talk about heaven and hell, I mean, people can live their own heaven or live their own hell here on earth. It's not really a destination or a place, but there's different levels of frequency in this universe. We're not taught this. You know, we go to school, we're taught about history and a little bit of science and maybe home ec. We go to gym class, we learn English or other languages and math, but there's so much more that needs to be brought into education. There's so much more that needs to be brought to light of human potential and what we are capable of. Even spirituality and the truths about God, our creator. We're taught different religions, which just instills fear and control, and that you're lesser than God, and that God should be feared. And there's just so much falsehoods. You know, there's so much intertwining of things that are not true. They're furthest from the truth. So at some point, if you're a targeted individual, if you've been gang-stalked, this happened at some point within your life. Some of the research that I've seen, heard, found is that you're targeted from birth. You're targeted at a very early age. That you're targeted when you have a narcissist in your life, or a certain individual that's toxic. There's many reasons how it could start or when it could start. For me, this has been happening for a very, very long time. I denied my truth. I didn't really see or understand the full picture. But as things have gotten more serious and I've changed so much about my life, there's nothing that I can do to escape this. I'm done running. I'm done hiding. I am just connecting to my own inner being and my connection with God, because really that is all that's left. I've the little family that I did have, I've lost them. So the real thing now is moving forward. What can we do? I'm not hiding. There's got to be plenty of other people that are going through this that have no idea that's what's happening to them. The really sad part about this whole thing is your soul chooses your family. Your soul chooses your body. Your soul chooses the life theme that it wants to experience for its evolution. What happens is we're born into families that could have generational patterns of narcissistic personality disorder, but basically it's deeper than that. It's deeper than just having a personality disorder. This is actually when you're not loved and you're not accepted, or you're not taught how to love yourself, and when you're not taught how to have a connection with God, and you're not taught of all the potential and possibilities that you can be in life. If you're neglected, abused, mistreated, that soul gets in so much pain that it starts to lower its own vibrational frequency. And when you lower your vibrational frequency, that's when the evil energy comes in and basically will steal that individual's soul. It will take on and overpower it with negative thoughts, negative beliefs. It just perpetuates the abuse. It's basically a fallen soul. It's a lost soul. That's what narcissism is. So these souls are basically taken over by evil energy, and they are guided to live a certain way, to bully others, to take this path of evil. They're basically being manipulated by evil forces, and they have no idea. And with their evil forces that have taken a hold of them, are now trying to take down truth speakers, chosen ones, people with love and light and authenticity, people that want to help others, people that want to love others and want to see the evolution of this planet move higher and higher. So this war is so much deeper than what you can see and what you can observe in your life. It's so much deeper. And it's really sad. It's really, really sad. I've seen it happen within my own family. I don't come from an easy background. I grew up with a narcissistic parent. I have a sibling that her soul has been taken, and it breaks my heart. I've come to terms with it. In the beginning, when I learned about narcissism, I basically looked at it on a psychological level, learning about, it's a personality disorder, and we all have different developments for our personality, and some people fall to their own past. They fall into a pattern. So I studied it a long, long time ago in my early 20s. But as I've lived my life and gone through experiences and have gone through this bullshit of gang stalking in my own life, and as I have grown with my connection with God, I get information. God gives me information. I get downloads of what's happening. And it's taken some time, because I had a lot of internal healing and a lot of purging to let go. But I'll share that in another video. But Basically, narcissism is a generational pattern. It's happening in tons of families all over the world. And if you lose that connection with God and lose that connection with source energy, you're going to fall into your soul being taken over. And this is a hidden war. And it's not going to be easy to explain to the person that hasn't done any spiritual work or doesn't have any spiritual knowledge, who's not really open to anything beyond what they can perceive past their five senses. You know, we have our five senses: smell, taste, hear, touch, see. You know, we think everything is just, that's it, but there's so much more beyond. And we're not even taught how to use some of our senses. It's purposely hidden. The powers that be in this time frame want these powers to stay underneath. The powers that human species could tap into, like our third eye, our intuition, psychic abilities. You know, there's studies and there's doctors who have looked into what the human body or the human being could be capable of past the five senses. So there's studies, and I'm going to share that in another video, but we need to come together, the light workers, the chosen ones. We need to speak up. We need to tell our story. The truth does always reveal itself. It always does. And just know that we are fully supported. The universe has our back. God is supporting us. And there is a natural law of balance to the universe. And things have been hidden for so many generations, years, centuries. I mean, it's been suppressed for so long that it's time for growth. It's time for the light to be revealed. And people that aren't open to it yet, or don't understand it, or would think, oh, this is nuts, there is a silent war, and we need to fight. We need to fight for ourselves, because there's been so many others that have gone through this, the harassment, the following, the torture, the invasions, the boundary breaking, to the point where they check themselves into a mental hospital, or they drink themselves, or drug themselves, or they commit suicide. And that is their ultimate goal. So we need to stay authentic to ourselves and not give a fuck what these people are doing. Like, they want to take our joy, they want to take our light, and we can't let them. Like, I have had so much stolen from me already. Like, so much has been stolen. I've moved 4 times. I've had phone numbers changed several times. I've gotten many different cell phones, iPads, laptops. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're all hacked. They're all, I mean, and when you tell somebody this, they're like, well, how would they get into an iPad? How would they get into an iPhone? Like, please don't be so naive. There's so much information that we don't even know about. The public has no idea. The government wants to know everything about you. Social media is set in place so that you're basically revealing your entire life to the government. Your phone is easily tracked every single place you go. So people need to wake up to what is happening. The narcissistic people, they get together in groups because it's easier for have their plans and have their little organization. And they pay people. They pay unsuspecting civilians to do their little tasks of having little street theater, to, you know, popping your tires, damaging your vehicle, getting into your vehicle, breaking into your home, stealing stuff. So it's the powers that be that are controlling this. They're not doing the dirty work. They're paying unsuspecting civilians, normal people that are living in survival mode, that just want to make some extra money, and they're told where to go and what to do. And these people are clueless. Some of them probably do know what's going on, but just don't care because they're probably a little narcissistic themselves. Zero empathy of what they're contributing to. But there's some people that have no clue what they're doing. All right, well, thanks for listening. It really sucks to go through this experience, but I'm not hiding. Not hiding anymore. I'm fucking done. I'm done. And I will not stop shining my light. I will not stop loving others and being kind. I will not stop my connection with source energy. I am just going to keep elevating my vibrational frequency. So we also need to remember that God and love is the ultimate power in this universe. It's the ultimate power. Bye.